This is the user guide for club or school administrators to submit their teams and enter their players into their netball centres competition. These instructions are generic, so it's important that you check your centre for any specific requirements. For example, some centres require you to name your teams in a certain way. So to get started, we're going to come to the Sporty homepage, sporty.co.nz, and the first step is to find your club or school. To do this, click here, and it goes through to our searchable directory, which you can search by region. So I'm going to search for my region and my sport, or you can search for your school, click go. And here I find my sports club. If I look at the top of the page, you'll see this is the address to get directly to my sports club, so I don't have to always go to the Sporty homepage and search for it. There are 3 steps to the registration process we're going to cover. 1, registering your players. 2, entering your teams. And the third part is assigning your players to the teams. Your netball centre may require a 4th step, which is printing team cards. Please check with your netball centre directly in case they do, and that's covered in the user guide on their site. So to get started, we scroll to the bottom of the page and click the admin login link here. If you do not know your username and your password, please contact your netball centre, or you can contact support@sporty.co.nz. I've got my username and password and I'm going to log in. So the first step is to display your registration form so your players can register themselves. You could also enter the players' details as the administrator, and I'll show you how to do that next. So in my site here, to display the registration form, I click on one of my spare pages. I'm going to unhide it, rename it, just going to call it registration, click save. Then to display my form, I click add content, and one of the different types of content I can add, if I scroll down the page, is online form. Click on that, and then I choose the form that I want to display. Your organisation may have more than one form, so please select the correct form. Click save. And then when I click this view link here, I can see that my registration form is displayed on my site. So for your players to enter, you can go and copy this link and email it to your players, or display it on your Facebook page, or tell your players to go to your club site and they will be able to register. So when your players come here, this is what they will do. They will complete their details. In any of the fields on the form. Click submit. When they do this, this will email them a copy of the registration form, and their details will be added into your database in the back end of the site. The other way for your players to get entered is for you to log in as the administrator. So you click the admin login link, enter your username and password, and you go into this area called Dashboard, into online registrations, and click on the name of your registration form. You'll see some people have already registered, and as the administrator, you can click New, and then you can complete the details and register your players. As you enter your players, they will be added to the database. When you register your players as an administrator, you will be presented with an option once you enter one player to add another, or click Done if you've added them, and you'll see that your person has been added to the database. So that shows you two ways that you can enter your players. Either they enter their details themselves, or you enter them directly to your database. The next step is to add your teams. So we will go back into our dashboard area, and we will click on Team Builder. Click on our registration form. This shows the players that have entered, and down the right hand side these show the grades that have been set by your netball centre. To add your team, you add your team into the particular grade by clicking Add Team, entering your team name, contact details of the coach and manager, then click Add Team, and then Save and Close. And you'll see that you have your team added over here on the right hand side. You continue adding all of your other teams that you need to enter in the competition. And then the third step is you simply click onto your players and drag and drop them into your teams. And this populates your teams. You'll see when you do that, it changes the details against the individual and shows what team they are and what grade they're in. And you can see that we now have 6 players added to this team. If I go and click and open this team, it shows me my players and all of their details. And so that's the process. If we now close and go out of Team Builder, we'll see we've got 1 team added. To get back to our website area, if we want to, we click into the dashboard, Manage Websites, Update Main Website. So to recap, the 3 steps were: we logged into our site, came to a spare page, we renamed and made available our page. We go and click on that page. By clicking the Add Content button, we displayed the registration form on our page. Then when we click View to open this registration form, it showed the form that our players were able to complete. That is one way of entering your players. The other way is we would come to our site, log in, go into the dashboard, go into online registrations, into our registration form, and add our new players. Once all our players were added, or this can happen as our players are being added, we go into the dashboard area, into Team Builder, into our form, and we go and add our teams and drag and drop our players into our teams. So once you have done this, you have submitted your players through to your centre. There is then the ability, you can export your list of players and teams, and this opens up as an Excel file for you to go and see who your players and all your teams are. For further information on how you can use Sporty as a website for your club or school, please go to our Sporty homepage and go through to our online support area, or contact your centre directly. Thank you.